What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to a transfer update today. It's been a long time since the last episode, so we have got a lot to get through and we are starting to approach now where rumours start picking up for the January transfer window. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. And finally, in the comment section below, who do you want your club to sign in the winter window? Right, so the first few are going to be some transfers that have gone through or players retiring since the last episode. And first up is Spurs re-signing Michel Vorm. And their main goalkeeper Hugo Lloris has picked up an injury, keeping him out now, I think until 2020. So to get a backup goalkeeper in or a third keeper, they've gone for Michel Vorm on a short-term deal. Claudio Marchisio has retired from football after leaving Zenit in the summer, and he said, "My career has been a dream, but if you can't give it your all anymore, it's right to stop." There were rumours saying he could be going to Rangers a couple months ago, but nothing seemed to materialise from that, and again, like I said before, has now retired. Former Manchester United goalkeeper and Everton keeper Tim Howard has officially retired now as well. He's played his final game for Colorado Rapids in the MLS and he announced his retirement back in January. Another player retiring is going to be a German legend and World Cup winner Bastian Schweinsteiger. Now, you've probably heard this news already, but he has now retired from football after playing his final game for Chicago Fire, and his previous clubs before that were Bayern Munich and Manchester United. A very strange and interesting one is about Petr Cech. The former Chelsea and Arsenal keeper has sought grass for ice by signing for National Ice Hockey League team Guildford Phoenix. He will be their goaltender and apparently has really enjoyed ice hockey for a long time, and now he's retired from football, he can finally pursue the sport. A rumour according to The Guardian is that Manchester City are stepping up their pursuit of Napoli and Spain midfielder Fabian Ruiz. They sent scouts to watch the Wednesday match against Red Bull Salzburg in the Champions League, and apparently Real Madrid and Barca are also interested. Bild are saying that Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Inter, Man United and Tottenham are all interested in Borussia Mönchengladbach midfielder as Dennis Zakaria. It's a player that on FIFA has got a very decent card, and if he went to like Bayern, I think he'd be used a fair amount on foot. A player that scored a very late goal for Liverpool against Manchester United last weekend is Adam Lallana, and according to Calcio Mercato, a potential move to the Serie A could be on the cards. AC Milan will be looking to strengthen in January, and Lazio could also present an opportunity for him. Recently, Lucas Leiva made the switch from Anfield to Lazio, and now Lallana could join him. His contract is set to expire in the summer, so would be available on a free transfer, and you never know, Liverpool might try and cash in the winter transfer window. Next up, Sky Sports News are saying a January move for former Liverpool midfielder Emre Can is being considered by Manchester United. They haven't mentioned how much it would cost them, but he made the free switch last summer, and for him, the transfer hasn't really worked out too great because for this season's Champions League, he wasn't included in the whole squad list for the tournament. And the same applies to Mario Mandzukic, who just like Emre Can won't be playing in the Champions League this season for Juve, and apparently according to Tuttosport, United have reached a verbal agreement to sign the Croatian striker. He was initially in talks with Al Rayyan, a Qatari side, but they broke down, and now he's reduced his wage demands for United. Fenerbahce are believed to have opened talks with Arsenal about bringing out of favour former German international Mesut Ozil to Turkey on loan. It would be in the January window, and that's according to Takvim. Apparently he's insisted he won't be leaving the club, but his lack of first team football, it might tempt him to go elsewhere. Catalonia Radio are saying that Barca have confirmed a payment of €15 million to Atletico Madrid as for the first right to the transfers of Saul, Jimenez and a third player which is unnamed. And contrary to reports from El Mundo, the payment is nothing to do with the Antoine Griezmann case. A very short one from Calcio Mercato is that Napoli's forward Dries Mertens looks set to leave the club as a free transfer next summer. His contract is set to expire, and quite possibly because he is 32, they might not offer him as good as terms he wants, and he has been linked to a move to the MLS. Uruguay forward Edinson Cavani and Brazil defender Thiago Silva, they could both leave PSG for free at the end of the year. That's according to ESPN. They say end of the year, but I believe they mean end of the season, as just like Mertens before, their contracts are expiring and Cavani linked to Inter Miami. Newcastle Chronicle are saying that Newcastle are interested in their 25-year-old Paraguayan forward Miguel Almiron's former teammate. It's Atlanta United's forward and Venezuelan striker Joseph Martinez, who has been scoring goals for fun in America. Ebola are reporting that Tottenham are set to renew their interest in Sporting's Bruno Fernandes. He's 25 years old and the transfer would apparently go through in January if he does go through, and potentially losing Christian Eriksen, it does make sense. They were rumored to be very close to getting him back in the summer window but had a bid rejected, and instead he opted to stay in Portugal. And now we have got a player which has taken this season by storm, and by that he scored 6 goals in 3 games so far in the Champions League, and that is going to Haaland. According to Corriere dello Sport first up, they're saying both Juventus and Napoli are monitoring the Red Bull Salzburg striker and are interested in making a move for him. Mundo Deportivo report that Barca are the latest club to be linked to him as well as Manchester United. And like I said before, he's in crazy good form this season, and the fact he's 19 and scoring so many goals, there's going to be a lot of eyes looking at him. And it's not just like he's not just like a tapping merchant, he offers a lot. Mundo Deportivo are saying Barca are eyeing up 3 players to potentially replace Luis Suarez. Their main target would be Kylian Mbappe from Paris Saint-Germain and also Harry Kane from Tottenham, but the third player linked is Roberto Firmino from Liverpool. The Daily Mail are saying that Arsenal are leading the chase for Leipzig's 20-year-old centre-back Upamecano, who is currently valued at £50 million. I think it'd be a great signing for them, and they were rumored to be linked to him back in the summer window, and I could be wrong, but apparently he has got a bit of a contract talks going on with Leipzig. They're not going too well, so instead of losing a potential of free transfer, cashing in for a massive fee of 50 mil, I think it'd be pretty good for all parties involved. And next up, The Independent are saying former Spain midfielder David Silva will sign for David Beckham's MLS franchise as Inter Miami. He's set to leave Manchester City at the end of the season, and a move to the MLS looks fairly likely. Napoli's chairman Aurelio De Laurentiis is eager to sign Zlatan Ibrahimovic. His contract is set to expire at the end of this year in December at LA Galaxy, and the talks with Napoli have been going on now for a few months. Like I said, De Laurentiis really wants to sign him. The decision is now up to Zlatan. He had some quotes the other day saying that after watching the recent documentary about Diego Maradona, I'd be quite keen to experience Napoli, maybe replicate what Diego achieved. With me, the San Paolo would always be full, and Carlo Ancelotti is a great manager, but the final decision would depend on several things. He does claim that Italy is his second home, and if he does go back to the Serie A, he also believes he could score 20 goals in the league. And now we have got 3 different stories about Christian Eriksen and his future away from Tottenham. So first up, Sport 1 are saying that Bayern could rival Real Madrid for the Spurs midfielder in January, whereas Marca, they are saying Real will enter talks with Tottenham to try and sign him in the winter window. The Express are saying Tottenham could replace the Danish midfielder with Isco, and apparently Diaz has also been offered to Tottenham from Real Madrid. But according to Corriere dello Sport now, Juve could beat Real Madrid in the signing of Christian Eriksen because Real Madrid is still focused on Fede Valverde. He's emerging at the Bernabeu and are thought to be unwilling to pay a big fee to sign Eriksen. Inter Milan are preparing a €38 million bid for Barca midfielder Ivan Rakitic in January, as according to El Desmarque. The Croatian has fallen out of favour at the Camp Nou recently, with Inter now hopefully can beat fellow suitors Paris Saint-Germain for his signature. Kicker in Germany are saying that German forward Thomas Müller is unhappy with his reduced role at Bayern Munich, and he could seek to leave the club in January. And Sport Bill do go on to say that United are battling Inter Milan to sign the forward, and potentially, 3 or 4 years ago, don't want to say potentially, a long time ago Müller was linked to Old Trafford, and now it could become a reality. And next up, Calcio Mercato are saying Juve are not lining up a bid for Chelsea's N'Golo Kante. There has been a lot of rumours suggesting that Sarri wants to reunite with the midfielder, but the Bianconeri, they can't afford the €100 million asking price. Sport do mention that Real Madrid are ready to rival Juve for Kante, but they do mention a £70 million asking price, so a fair amount off the £100 million, but for Kante, he's one of the best midfielders in the world. He could go to Real Madrid or Juventus and walk into their midfield, they have got to pay a massive fee to get him. A short one from the Sunday Mirror is that Wolves are monitoring Real Madrid's 20-year-old Norway midfielder Martin Odegaard, who's currently doing very well in La Liga on loan to Real Sociedad. Manchester Evening News are saying that Barca and French forward Ousmane Dembele is among 3 forwards that Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is keen to recruit as part of his ongoing squad rebuild. Dembele would be a massive fee, but the same goes for like Sancho and whatnot, but Dembele's future at Barca, it could be a bit up in the air. El Desmarque are saying that Real Madrid are monitoring Borussia Dortmund and England forward Jadon Sancho, as well as the Norway forward HAALAND, who I mentioned before plays for Red Bull Salzburg. And the Daily Express, I have another article now about Manchester United and another forward. This time it's about Timo Werner. They're interested in the Leipzig striker, who has previously been linked to a move to Liverpool. There are rumours saying that in his new contract, because he was going to be a free transfer in the summer, he has got a very low, like €40 million release clause. If that is true, it wouldn't surprise if he ends up at Bayern. We'll have to wait and see. So it turns out we have one more rumour to cover, and it's about Ibrahimovic yet again. Of course, earlier on the episode was talking about the Napoli move, but today on the 29th of October for me, but obviously yesterday for you guys watching the video, Ibra released a video saying, "Hola España, guess what, I'm coming back." Now, is that a hint at his next club? I'm not too sure. It could be anything. It could be like a marketing scheme or something. But he did previously play for Barcelona. It was a very short stint before making the move to AC Milan. And again, will he go to Napoli, to the Serie A? Will he go to Spain, to La Liga? We'll have to wait and see. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. And finally, in the comment section below, who do you want your team to sign in the winter transfer window? So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time.